What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the HVAC Uncensored Podcast. As always, we'd like to start off by taking the time to show the love, showing love to those companies who help make this podcast possible. First is going to be my friends over at Yellow Jacket. Guys, more than 70 years ago, Jack Ritchie set a goal for Ritchie Engineering to become the standard by which all other HVAC hoses are measured. In the last 7 decades, the Yellow Jacket brand has not only become the standard in hoses, tools, refrigeration gauges, manifolds, HVAC vacuum pumps, and refrigerant recovery machines, it's become legendary. How have they done it? Through an unwavering commitment to excellence. It's the single most important attribute in the longevity of a company. While other companies sold out and sent work overseas or lessened quality, the relentlessness commitment of their people has led to over 70 years of best-in-class products, first-class customer service, and innovations that make the contractor's job easier worldwide. That's us, people. So let's join Yellow Jacket in the next 70 years as they commit to changing the standard once again. Please take a look at some of their products, guys. I have these right here. Oh, it's not going to show. I have the P51 870s right behind me. Absolutely love them. Their new wireless kit actually won an award. I don't want to say it wrong, but it won an award, and the wireless kit is really neat, and it connects with this one. It does not work with the 860. I'm pretty sure it's only with the P51 870. But go to your local supply house and check out your Yellow Jacket tools. Let's support our friends over there. All right, next, it's going to be my friends over at Service Hero Academy. Let me get to the right one. Yeah, here we go. As you know, I've had Mr. Victor Rancourt on the podcast several times. We have teamed up because Victor and his team over at the Service Hero Academy have dropped an amazing app. Guys, I think this is a very powerful tool. These are just some of the different categories and trainings that are in this application. It's something you guys should definitely check out. All the technicians out there, whether you need to be better technically, whether you need to know how to communicate with the customer. This stuff right here is gold. It really is. And for what you pay for it on a monthly fee, invest in yourself. Really. Some of these little ones, selling repairs, homeowner objections. That is a huge one just right there. Homeowner objections. The furnace tune-up process, diagnostic, indoor air quality, how to motivate yourself on Mondays, which is what I try to do. I've missed the last 2 weeks. Okay. I know, but motivate yourself. Guys, we have this for our team at Beltway, and it is awesome. And I'm not going to say that, these things are like breakthroughs or nothing like that, but it is all the information you need in one place. And for that alone, it is worth every penny. Not to mention, it is such good, valuable information. If you can't fix anything, this isn't going to make you be able to fix things. I'm not going to lie to you. But if you're good and need a little help to keep going, this can help round you off. This can help make you be a better tech. I highly, highly recommend that you guys get this. If you're interested in it, I have a link that I can send. I can put in the group or whatever. I can send it to you personally so the podcast gets credit. If you do it through the podcast link, I'll be honest with you guys, the podcast makes a couple bucks off of it. But I'll be honest, as long as you guys get it and it helps you, I don't care whose link you use. I really could care less. I just want people to get better and have things in their hands that make them better. So if you use somebody else's link, so be it. If you'd like to do it and help the podcast out, let me know. I will send you my affiliate link, and much appreciated. That will definitely help to the podcast and go to good use. But yes, check them out. Go, like I said, if you want the link. If not, it's if you just search Service Hero Academy, you'll find it. And go check it out. It is definitely worth it. But yeah, on to the show, my people. Let's rock and roll.
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
No, it is not go. Look at me fucking messing up. Off 2 weeks and I come back and I'm fucking shit up. Unacceptable, Gil. Get your shit together. That is not what's next. This is next. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands. One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless the United States. And thank you to all those men and women who defend it. Okay, now it's time. Now it's time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
If you're trying to take your HVAC game to the next level, then buckle your seatbelt, crank up the volume, and try not to be offended. Because you're listening to the HVAC Uncensored Podcast with Gil Cavey and Kelly McKay. Now, here's Gil and Kelly.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the HVAC Uncensored Podcast. Thank you. I'm your host, Gil Cavey Jr. Happy to be here, guys. Appreciate you guys, man. I'm so sorry. Nothing the last 2 weeks, man. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, sit here and make a bunch of fucking excuses for you. You guys know that that's just not me. That's not what I do. But literally, it has been a lot of stuff going on the home front, man. A lot of stuff going on the home front between doctor's appointments and different things like that. Work being busy. It's been pretty cold here in Maryland. So it has been a lot and it sucks. And it was a lot at one time. So I apologize, but everything is good. That was just a bunch of things, like I said, at once, but podcast is good. I did have to reschedule a couple of guests just because of some of those things. So to those guests that had to get rescheduled, I'm very, very sorry. We'll take care of all that. We'll get you guys back on and, we'll be good to go. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing good, man. I hope wherever you are, it's rocking and rolling, getting into that heating season. I know some places maybe the weather hasn't quite changed. Here it's getting pretty cold. I think it's supposed to snow like Thanksgiving and stuff like that. So we'll see. It was like fucking 70 degrees one day and the next day it was like 30. That's Maryland weather. Anybody who's from this area knows that this weather here is fucking goofy. It's just up and down. So we'll see. But several things I want to talk to you guys about today, this morning, whenever you're listening to this. One being that, the podcast in general, the podcast has been around for a little bit. And when this podcast was first created, when me and Kelly first started doing this, or at least in my mind, this podcast was always created for the technician, the technician out there who's in the van. And that was my intent on who I was making this podcast for. Really anybody in the HVAC industry, but it was really for the technicians. And I know I've done a lot of technician stuff. We did that, but I know we kind of got away from it and we did a lot more like business owner things and stuff like that, which not saying that I don't still want to do that, because I do, but I also want to get back to a lot of the technician stuff, talking to the technicians, because I will always be a tech at heart. I think the podcast has grown as my career has grown and as I've moved in different positions and stuff like that. But I always want to be talking to you guys, the technicians. I want to help anybody in this industry the best I can, the best of my ability. Like I always tell you guys, I am a guru of nothing. I've never claimed to be a guru. I just think I'm good at some things that I can help other people. And if I can't, then we'll bring other guests on here to talk about stuff, and then we all learn together. It's all about us being better and being good at what we do, being able to, fulfill what we want to fulfill in life, being good at our jobs, to take care of our families, etc. So that's what it's all about. I mean, the whole time that I've done this podcast, trust me, I've learned just as much from all of you guys, the listeners, the viewers, the guests, than you guys may have learned from me. And please, I mean that from the bottom of my heart, okay? But yeah, just finding the avenue that I want to take the podcast, obviously doing it by myself right now, which I miss Kelly, man. It's definitely different. Me and Kelly had that connection where it was easy to me and Kelly would literally be talking before, and our plans would go to shit. We weren't sure if we wanted what topic we wanted to do and which idea we wanted to go with. And we literally be like, fuck it, just turn the cameras on. We'll wing it. And we used to think that those episodes, like when we got done, we're like, oh, I don't know about that, man. I think it's going to suck. And that would end up being some of the best fucking episodes and get like 30,000 fucking downloads. So, I definitely miss those times, but I also get it, man. This is a lot. These podcasts are a lot. That's why there's a lot of influencers out there, podcasters in the HVAC industry, in the HVAC world, and maybe not everybody gets along and whatnot, but regardless of how you feel about somebody personal, you have to respect what they do when it comes to the podcast. Guys and gals, these are not easy. They're not. These take a lot of time. There's a lot of stuff that goes on the background to make these happen. So anybody who is consistent, whether they do even a live stream, because some people get podcasts and live streams mixed up, which I guess it can technically be the same thing. It's not. It really is kind of the same thing, to be honest. Any kind of consistency like that is hard. It is. So I missed it. I didn't get to say it last week, but very proud of my buddy Tersh Blissett, the host of the Service Business Mastery podcast, was one of the guest speakers on the Podium Connect event. It was for home service businesses. It was last week. So obviously I didn't put a podcast out. I wanted to give him a little love beforehand to get people out there. So, but I still, regardless, want to congratulate Tersh. He's a good friend of mine. I love Tersh to death. Me and Tersh have got to meet several times. We'll be hanging out in Vegas this year at AHR. It's always a good time. And also with his co-host, Joshua Crouch, which I got to meet him in Kentucky. Josh is also an awesome dude. So both of them doing amazing things at the Service Business Mastery podcast. If you do not check them out and you are a business owner of any kind, definitely check that out. They do a lot of stuff that is, it's not going to be for the technician. That's not what their podcast is geared toward. It is geared towards business owners, Service Business Mastery. So if you are in the service business, they have some great podcasts on different things you can do to help your business and grow your business. Cannot recommend them enough. So congratulations, Tersh. That is awesome, buddy. So proud of you. Keep rocking, my man. Also, like another show, for example, consistency is my buddies over at HVAC Overtime. I just talked with Adam the other day. I actually called him for a BS thing about an old Train thermostat, and then we both actually found the answer online at the same time. But, A-Team Adam, you guys know him. Obviously, Chris Stevens from HVACR Videos, Curious Bill, and then Joe. OT Joe. Those guys, what they've done with that show, man, that's amazing. I remember when they started out and first left and did their own thing, and then Chris came on, and that's awesome to see what they've done now and what they've built there. That's what I mean by consistency. And those guys come every Friday and they have fun and they talk, but there's more work behind that than you think. It is hard to stay consistent. So I have nothing but respect for all these people. So just remember that if you're a fan and you're watching these people and I give it to most of them, they don't miss, they don't. I think Chris, because he has, obviously HVACR Videos, which is, he's got 100,000+ subs. His YouTube channels is awesome. I think there's a couple of times he's been sick or whatever, family things where he's had to miss his personal one. I don't know. I don't get to see the ones on Fridays, so I'm not sure. But yeah, he may have to miss every once in a while. Other than that, I know that they're on the money and they're very consistent. But see, what I mean is things happen, but you have to respect and just know that those people, they have lives. You know what I mean? It's a lot of work to make that happen. So I'm not sure where the fuck I was going with that. So I've been on a rant, but anyway, just like this, man, I appreciate all you guys that have listened to me and Kelly for all these years. Obviously, it's just me now without Kelly. Definitely different, but I'm trying to find a direction and a way to go. And I want to listen to you guys, the listeners, man. You guys are the reason I do this. So I'd love to have your input. I would love to interview a bunch of different technicians out there. I would love to hear your stories because I'll be quite frank. I still want to have guests on. Don't get me wrong. I want to bring guests from different companies, and trainers and different things. So I'm still going to bring different guests on, but I think I've had enough of these guests that come on that are companies that I don't really know. They just kind of reach out to me and I end up giving them the time of day, and all it is just free publicity. I'm just not doing that shit anymore, man, because it's a boring fucking podcast. Every once in a while, you get one that's decent. The person, the representative who comes on to do the podcast is pretty decent. You have a decent conversation. But most of the time, it's like sitting here smacking yourself in the dick with a fucking mallet. It's fucking boring. I'm trying to force the conversation. I don't really give two fucks about their product, but I thought I was doing the right thing because I wanted to get the information out to you guys and, let you make your own mind up. But most of the people I talk to were like, Gil, we'd rather just listen to you and Kelly talk or just listen to you talk than hear some of those people. And that made me feel better because I have to say that I fucking agree with them. I just don't want to do that anymore. But yeah, if there are certain topics that you guys want to hear or that you would like me to talk about or bring a guest on to talk about, if I can't speak on it, let me know. Please let me know, whether it's in the Facebook group, private message on Instagram, email, HVAC Uncensored at gmail.com. Let me know. If you guys would like me to start the live streams back up, I might do that. I might not start it every week just because I don't want to make a promise to you guys that I can't keep. I feel bad enough when I have to miss a podcast or something happens. I don't know if I want to commit to every week right now, but maybe at least like every other week thing. I think I can do that. That might not be bad, especially in between sports right now with my oldest son. He still does workouts all throughout the year, but not those goofy game days where every night I'm going somewhere doing something. So you can probably work that out. Oh, sorry, I dry the throat. Even though that's probably the last thing to drink. I'm trying to drink more agua, man. Agua. All right, there we go. But anyway, so yes, I would love to interview a bunch of you, and hear your story about the trades, man. How you got into it, how you're doing, what your future plans are, where you want to be in the trade, all those kind of stuff, man. I just want to get to know the technicians, the tradesmen of America. I would love to talk to a bunch of you guys. And if you're comfortable on microphone and you have a story to tell, please message me, hit me up. I would love to set something up to have you on. We can do it at night, during the day, whatever you want to do. We can work it out. I know you guys work, and obviously I want to do it around that. Some of you, if you're not comfortable talking, like you don't want people to see your face or something like that. I mean, obviously I'd rather somebody come on camera so we can have the video podcast apps, side of it. But if you have a good story and you just really rather do it, I mean, we can do it as a phone call. I mean, you can call into the show. I mean, fuck it, we can do a live stream and I can have people call into the show that way. That would be cool. But yeah, so this week, man, I'm not going to have a long episode, but two things that I want to get into. And one that I'm going to start talking about now is going to be the future of our trade, man, and how that the whole reason that I've ever done this podcast is because I have always want to give back to the industry that's been so good to me. I just feel like it's gotten to the point that I don't know, man. I don't know what happened to us. I guess that's all I can say is I don't know what happened to us and where we went wrong, that everybody is so willing to tear somebody else down. Like, our industry is important. Technicians are important, whether you're commercial, residential, industrial, it doesn't matter. And I just hate when I see other people, like, you have to get your kicks off of tearing somebody else down. Like, and I get it. And I know that we joke around and stuff like that. That's not what I'm talking about. But there's a lot of people that they get their rocks off of just straight up shitting on people. And I don't get it. I don't understand. It's got to be a miserable fucking life that you live. It has to be. It's got to be miserable to live your life that way. So my thing is, man, is give back to the community, help other people. If you really know your shit and you're a fucking super tech and you are really good at the technical part, or you're good, as far as customer communication and selling and whatever, give back, teach somebody else. Okay. I remember Jim Bergman, the great Jim Bergman, said something. You don't really know something till you got to teach it to somebody else. So motherfucker, teach it to somebody else. I challenge all of you. If you are so good in this fucking industry, help another person. Help somebody else be just as good as you are. All right? And I guarantee that you're going to get better along the way. Stop putting each other down, man. We are already, our trade, the numbers are dwindling. All right? The older generation is retiring off, then the young bucks are coming in. All right? And I get it that we have to... you got to work your way up in the trade. That we all started at the bottom of the hill getting shit on by the old guys. I get it. But we also got to make it a little bit appealing for these younger kids to want to come into our fucking trade in the first place. And I get it. Some of them don't have it. Some of them got manicures and they're not going to make it in this industry. I get that. But some of them, you got to give them a fucking chance. You have to give them a fucking chance, man. A lot of the places that are hiring, 5 years experience, got to have 5 years experience. And I understand that from a business standpoint. But how the fuck are these people supposed to get 5 years experience if nobody gives them an opportunity? All right. I mean, and then we got some of these young kids going to these trade schools that they're filling their head with a bunch of bullshit. And then they get out thinking they're technicians and they don't know dick. But it's not their fault. They didn't know any better. They thought that they want to get into a trade. That's what they needed to do. They needed to go to the trade school, and that's how they get in. That's where I want to come into play. Some of the other podcasters, I want to be an advocate for the trades. I want young people to know that there's other options. If you find, like, if a guy comes to interview for us and he says, I want to come learn the industry, should I go to trade school? I would tell them fucking no, don't go. Come here. I will teach you. We will send you to the schools that we want you to go to. We have something that we have. It's called Beltway Certified, where every technician has to be certified between certain courses we want them to take, certain scores, yada, 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 before we will let them go loose. Because that is what we expect of them. That is the expectation that we set for every one of our technicians. We make it clear. It's right there. They know what it is. That way there's no gray area. And if that ever happens, then that's my job to make sure that shit gets closed quick, fast, in a hurry. And I can set that expectation again and give them clarity on what it's supposed to be. All right. That's the same thing we have to do for these young people getting into the trades. All right. Because our fucking job is important. All right. And I want these people to know, people always ask me, Gil, would you want your sons or your kids to be in HVAC? First answer is I want my kids to do whatever makes them happy. And if they choose to do this, then fuck yeah, I want them to do it. But if they're going to do it, I want them to be fucking really good at it. I teach my kids to not half-ass anything. I don't care if you're playing checkers. You don't fucking half-ass it. So if they decide, hey, Dad, I want to do what you do. I want to get in the trade. Okay, that's fine. But I'm going to teach you the right way, the hard way. And that's the way it's going to be. We are a valuable profession. Okay? I mean, and I love, Ishmael, the owner of Next Gen. said it, and he said it so perfect. Like, everybody thinks when kids are in high school that you got to go into and I give all this credit to Ish because he's the one who said this. So, but I just agree with it, and I would love to get Ishmael on here to be able to talk about this topic with him. I'd be honored to have that. So, if you're listening, Ishmael, I would love to have you on, man. I would love to talk to you about this because I feel 100% the same way you do. You know, people get in, you know, they think, oh, if I want to be a millionaire, whatever this is, I got to be like a professional athlete, basketball player, football player, baseball, musician, rapper, yada, yada, yada. What you guys don't realize is there's people doing that in our fucking industry. In our industry. It's all about what you choose to do with it. You know, and we mind fuck ourselves because everybody thinks, you know, that I'm a technician. I'm not going to be one of those fucking selling techs. Guys, just stop. Fucking stop. Okay? I get it about the guys who just want to fix things and roll. I was that guy. 100% I was that guy. But I had an aha moment. And when I had that aha moment is when my career changed. And I wish I would have had that moment fucking a lot sooner. I really, really do. Sorry, what is this fucking camera? Sorry, the camera just looked all weird there for a moment. I wish I would have had that moment a lot sooner. I really do, because I always want to do right by the customer. Always. Anybody, any company I work for or that I run, anybody that works for me, I expect the same. All right. We're not out there to rip anybody off. I will never stand for that. Ever, ever, ever. Okay. My morals and my values mean more to me than the money in my pocket. And the money in my wallet. Always. I will always put, people, relationships, families, over the dollar. Always. And I don't say that just to sound all cliche. I believe that 100% in my heart. Always. Anybody that knows me knows that is true. But I used to go out and I'd be that guy that I'd go outside and the customers like, especially we all have this, middle of summer, you go up to the house. Oh, it's outside. The problem's outside. And you're like, oh, okay. No problem, sir. You go outside. Oh, it's the capacitor. It's going to be, $225, with the, and if you add the diagnostic fee, it's going to be $310. Customer gets mad. Oh, well, how about I waive the diagnostic? It's just going to be $225. Okay, thanks, Mr. Johnson. Have a good day. And you leave. And you thought, hey, the bill was the cheapest. Customer's happy. You're good. But your company keeps saying like, hey man, Gil, your revenue's not up there, man. It's kind of getting to the point like your truck's not really making money. Like what are we doing? And you're like, I don't get it. The technician gets frustrated because you're like, I'm out there helping people. I'm being honest. It must be this trade's going in the wrong direction because I'm doing the right thing. Are you? Are you doing the right thing? Okay. Because I want you to ask yourself that question. Are you doing the right thing by doing what I just said? Because I thought I was, and I realized that I was not, that I was far from it. So I started to learn processes to help guide me, kind of like a roadmap to get through a call. And all it is a process to be thorough, to make sure that I check everything. These customers value their time and they value their money. As much as they may love you, your personality and your stories, they don't want to fucking see you every day, every other week because their shit's breaking. They don't. Hate to break it to you, okay? They don't want to fucking see you. They don't like you that much. They don't. You go in, so that customer that you changed that capacitor for, you never went inside. He calls back 2 weeks later. I got water on the floor. Your guy, Gil, he was just out here. I don't get it. And if you weren't thorough in your notes, guess what? You have no defense. You're wrong. Even though you thought you were doing the right thing and the guy was happy at the time, he'll throw you under the bus in a minute. The guy never even came inside. You know that the customer told you not to go inside. You guys get what I'm saying here? We've all been there. We've all had this happen. This is what I'm saying. You walk up to those calls. Hey, Mr. Smith, I know the problem's outside, but I like to check inside. I like to start the process in there just to make sure, and I'll work my way outside. When I'm finished, everything that I find, I'll write it down. We'll go over everything. Is that okay with you? Along those kind of lines, some processes are different. I'm just trying to do something generic. You are the expert when you walk into the house. Always keep that control. Okay? And then, like I say, be thorough in your notes. I'd rather go in there and almost be nitpicky. And everything that I find, every single fucking thing that I see that is not right, I'm going to bring up. And you know what? Some customers may get annoyed. You know what? I don't care because I'm doing my fucking job and I'm being thorough. And I tell them, hey, just because I bring it up, I'm not saying that you have to do something, but I'd rather be thorough and let you know everything. And then the decision is yours, how you want to take care of it. And most people are like, or the ones that have an attitude, it's like, well, would you rather me see all these things and not tell you about it? Most people are going to be like, no, I get what you're saying. You know what I mean? Most people just want to know that they're not being bullshitted, So as long as you're genuine and you're thorough, customers will love that. All right. When I started, not to skip too far, but when I started doing things like that and being thorough and genuine, well, I was always genuine, but just being thorough and running a process, and I started getting $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 service tickets, all these reviews. I'm leaving and I'm like, the customers fucking love me. I'm getting more tips than I've ever gotten. I'm getting 5-star reviews on every one. And my boss is fucking, falling in love with me because I'm making so much money. It's like, well, fuck, this is great. Like, why didn't I do this sooner? Literally customers fucking love me. We used to have a whole wall and 95% of those fucking, reviews they had up there were from me. They were mine. All of them had Gil was awesome. And that's humbling. It makes you feel awesome. Now I want to see that for my guys. I want to see their names on all those fucking reviews. All right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, don't mind fuck yourself, guys. Like, make sure that you're open and that you keep growing. Because if you're not making $100,000+ in this industry, especially in residential, yes, I said it, in residential, and I don't even care if you're an installer, then something's wrong. All right. Installers. If you guys go out on an install and you see that they sold maybe like a base furnace and you see like if your company offers duct cleaning, you got it out and you see that the ducts are fucking dirty, bring it to the customer. Hey, Mrs. Smith, put in this furnace. Is it okay if I show you something real fast? I just wanted to show you, I have the old system out and before I started putting it back together, do you see all that stuff inside of this duct? And they're gonna be like, yeah, like, that's pretty dirty. I just wanted to show that to you. You should probably have your ducts cleaned. It's not something that we would do today because we have a separate duct cleaning crew, or maybe it is the same guys. I don't know. I'm just saying it for my company. Sorry. It's a separate duct cleaning crew, but I know if you do it the same day of the discount, I could probably call my boss and probably get you a discount since you've already bought a system through us. But it's definitely something that you should do just to protect you and your family and protect this new system. If they finance, we can probably just add this on top of your financing. Or maybe they bring up, a UV light. As a salesman, as an installer, you're just being honest. You don't got to be a sales guy. Just bring up something. I know all these companies out there will give you guys, you sold a duct cleaning, hey, here's the fucking $100, man. Good job. If you look in there and the duct is fucking clean, then obviously you don't say something about duct cleaning. I'm not telling you to lie. I'm just telling you to be honest and be thorough. That is the way to get through in this fucking industry, and then when people say to try to be like McDonald's. So if every one of your guys is using the same terms, the same phrases, they look the same. They're all nice, neat uniform, shirt tucked in, shirts are crisp and clean. And, they're wearing shoe covers, the booties and stuff like that. When they come into a house and they answer customers' questions, they're very thorough in explaining what they're offering. You want all of them to be answering that the same way. Because we have a technician here that I won't say his name, but that works for Beltway. That he's $1 million+ sales guy. Sky's the limit for him. But I ran some calls last week with one of the techs just because I like to do things with them. I want to inspect what I expect. You know what I mean? And it wasn't a great day. We ran our process and it wasn't the way that I would have liked it to turn out. It was a decent day, but it was just showing them to stick to the system. Okay. Stick to the system. But anyway, one of the customers told us, she said, hey, your last guy here, like if he would have explained it like you did, Gil, I probably would have bought this stuff back then. And that was good. I said that was constructive criticism. I said, well, ma'am, I appreciate you saying that because now I can pass that on to him and I can make him better for the next customer. So just take your time. Okay. Take your time. Explain things to customers. All right. Give them options. Okay. So when I said that was the last thing I wanted to talk about, I challenge all of you out there. Okay. The first thing I said is to help somebody else that you're better than. Okay. Help them with what you know. And at the same time, it's going to make you better. I guarantee it. I promise you it'll make you better. When you start explaining things, it's going to make you think like, oh, well, hold on. Before I say this, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it goes from a liquid to you know what I mean? Like you're going to be able to explain it better. I promise you. The last thing I challenge all of you service technicians out there is every time you go into a house, no matter what software you have, House Call Pro, Service Titan, Sarah, Service Fusion, whatever, there's shit ton out there. Whether it lets you create individual options or not, I want you to create at least 3 options on every service call and every maintenance you go to. Every single one. All right. Do that for like 2 weeks. I challenge you to do this because I know if you do that and you don't cheat yourself, because if you cheat and you don't do it on every call, you're only cheating yourself. You ain't cheating me. Okay. So you're cheating yourself. If you do that on every call, I guarantee you for that time frame that your average invoice is going to be higher. I guarantee it. And the sad part is it's probably only going to be a little bit higher, but if you could do it like another 2 weeks, a month, and you keep going, I promise you. And then you start to really learn how to build those options, to go into a house and take what you're seeing and how to put it together into a good option for the customer. Sky is the limit. You're going to be out there fucking helping people, changing their fucking lives and making money to support you and your family at the same time. Guys, you can make some serious coin in this industry. Serious coin. All right. You guys should be walking around. When people ask what you do, I'm a fucking HVAC tech and I love it. Yep. I get to go out and I get to keep people comfortable. I get to make sure their families are breathing clean air. I love what I do. I love helping people. You know what I mean? Like, be proud of what you do because our fucking job is important. I hate hearing people like, especially I heard a guy not long ago was saying like, oh, I'm doing HVAC, but I eventually want to go to college because I want to be an attorney or I want to get into law school, which whatever, that's fine. I'm not saying that that's wrong or that's bad, but just don't look down on this industry or think that like, you didn't reach your potential because you're an HVAC technician, if you know what I mean. Because sky's the limit in this industry. It really is. I mean, yeah, do we have some liars, some guys out there that are out there fucking people over? Yeah. Okay. But there's bad in every trade and every industry. There's nothing you can do about that. But there's a lot of guys out there that are honest, good techs that are taking their time, that are out there fucking changing the game, really, really helping people and impacting their lives, and they're making a small fucking fortune doing it. That's just the truth, man. That is really the truth. So, and I would love to hear people's topics. Maybe some of you guys are like, Gil, you're a fucking idiot. That's not true. I'd love to have a civil conversation with somebody and talk about this. We can do a live stream about it. Because that's truly the way that I feel. And it's 100% what I believe. And I hate to sound cocky or conceited when I say this, but I know that it's right because I've seen it. I have seen it. I've been in this trade for over 20 years and I've seen it. I watched myself grow. I've watched other people grow. I have literally seen it before my eyes. Some people, maybe the process is different and don't go about it the right way, but, I've seen it and I know that it works. And you don't have to be an owner to make money. You know what I mean? Everybody thinks like, oh, I want to own my own company. If you do, that's awesome. More power to you. I wish you the best of luck. I tell you this, and I've said this, me and Kelly said this numerous times, just know being a good technician and knowing how to fix things and being a good business owner is two different skill sets. Okay. Some people don't have both. You can be the greatest technician in the world. Doesn't mean you're going to be a good business owner or successful at it. Okay. There's some guys who are great business owners and can't fix dick. It's okay. They know their place. It doesn't matter. All right. So just know that you don't have to be a business owner. And if you're starting a business because of money, then you're starting a business for all the wrong reasons because you're not going to get money for a while. Okay. It takes a lot of years of hard work and sacrifices to be able to get to the point where you're actually making decent money. I mean, that's the truth. You ask all these business owners out there and they'll tell you that. And a lot of them didn't start the company for the money. And maybe they're making great money now. Maybe they're millionaires, whatever. And they've busted their ass to get to where they are. But a lot of them, when they started the company, they didn't start it for money. Money probably, I would say most of them, I could be wrong, but most of them, money wasn't why they were doing it. A lot of them was going to be time, they wanted to be their own boss. They didn't want somebody telling them what to do, that kind of things. Money just happens to come with some of it. But there's a lot of technicians out there that, don't get me wrong, they're making more than their owners are. 100%. And they have no responsibility. So just know that the end game doesn't always have to be being the owner of a company. So just know that. Because like I always say, there's so many guys that go out and try to start their own business and they don't make it. The first year they're done. It's just, you don't hear about those stories. You hear about the victors and the different people that have been successful and have made it and are doing great, but you don't hear about the ones that fell flat on their face. They kind of, they get lost in the wind. Nobody hears about them, but there's more of those stories than there is the guys who are crushing it. Just know that. And anybody, if I can ever give any of you advice on, any of these topics, please reach out to me. I will help you. I will give you, my opinion, the best of my knowledge. And like I always say, if you ask me something and I legitimately do not have the answer for you, I will get it for you. I will find it because I know somebody. I've been fortunate with this podcast to know a lot of very, very smart people that are way smarter than me, resources that I can reach out to ask them a question if I don't know, and they will know. And if they don't know, then they'll know somebody who knows. You know what I mean? So it's an endless cycle of knowledge. So don't be afraid to ask questions, people. We're all trying to be better. Be positive, man. Fucking lift somebody up. All right. It's just, we got to stop this bullshit going on in the world, man. Everybody tearing everybody down, whether it's on it's race related, nationality, fucking gender, whatever it is. I'm just sick of all the fucking bullshit, man. I just really, really am. I don't want that fucking negativity in my life. If you're in my life and you're not positive and you're not trying to build me up and I can't build you up and we're not trying to do things together, etc., then you don't need to be in my fucking life. It's that simple. I've totally cut the negativity, it's just life is too short. It's not worth it. And I strongly advise you guys do the same. Sometimes it's hard for us to cut the dead weight in life. It is. And sometimes the people you've known the longest and, it hurts, but I'm telling you, when it's done and the fucking Band-Aid is pulled off and a little bit of time passes, you're like, fuck, I wish I'd have done that sooner. So yeah, just live your best life, man. That's what I always say. Live your best life fucking one day at a time, because tomorrow is not fucking guaranteed. I've had so many things happen in my life, guys and girls. I don't take a fucking thing for granted. Not one thing do I take for granted. If I wake up tomorrow morning with my eyes open and I get to see my 4 beautiful children, my wife, my mom, I get to wake up and go to work and smell the fresh air. It's a fucking good day. And that's the way that you have to think about things. Some people are just miserable. Don't live that life. I don't want that for any of you. I certainly didn't want it for myself, for anybody that I know personally. And I don't want it for any of you, man. Wake up. Even if you have a bad day at work, you know what I mean? Like, let's do this, man. I'm going to get ready to end this podcast, but okay, I am recording this. This is Sunday afternoon. You guys will be listening to this tomorrow morning, Monday morning. All right. Let's try to make this a motivational Monday. All right. I never claimed to be a motivational speaker, so we'll see how this goes. But I want you to try, as you go through this week, to try to make each day be better than the day before. All right. Just try to stay positive no matter what happens. I don't care if you get that shittiest customer of all customers, or you're on the if you're in commercial and you're on the shittiest job on some shitty roof, or you're an installer with a shitty install. I want you to try to stay positive, and I want you to try to help somebody else. All right. If you're a lead tech or there's somebody lower than you, I want you to make a conscious effort to try to help that person be better. Take the time to literally make a positive impact in that person's life. Just really, really try to do that. And when you go home, like, and I do this too, man. So trust me, I'm not trying to say that I don't do these things as well, but I want you to not bring that bullshit from work or whatever rough time you've had. I want you to come home. I want you to walk in the door. I want you to sit your stuff down or whatever it is. I want you to walk over. I want you to grab your wife like you're fucking 18 again. I want you to give her the biggest hug, kiss her on the lips, and tell her how much you love her. All right? If you're a woman, you're listening to this, kick them in the balls. Just kidding. Do the same thing. And they're going to be like, what's that for? Nothing. I just want to tell you that I love you. Because I used to do that kind of shit all the time, and then I stopped because I thought my wife just assumed she knew I loved her. But those are the little small things, man, that you got to keep doing. You know what I mean? And maybe my wife's had a bad day. She's a stay-at-home mom, but taking care of these kids and taking care of this fucking house is no easy task. So, you know what I mean? I walk in, I do that. I hug my fucking kids. You know what I mean? My animals. And I just melt away. Anything bad that happened to that day, if it was bad enough to stay on my mind when I pull it up in the driveway, I'm leaving it in the fucking truck. It's staying outside, because I'm not going to let that shit affect my mind, my mood when I go in to be with my family. I'm not doing it. And I used to have a hard time with that. Well, I'm not even going to say used to. I still do. Like I've told a lot of you guys, man, I've suffered with mental health things myself, man, where it's just sometimes the mind gets a ticking too much and makes you think stupid thoughts. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? I've done certain counseling things and different things like that. And there's one that's actually online. This is not a sponsor. I've heard it on other like really big national podcasts. I think it's called Better Health, where you can do it online. So if some of you out there need somebody to talk to and you don't have time to go sit in a room or sit on a couch or whatever it is, like the movies. This is literally something you can talk to a licensed physician online. So I've heard nothing but good things about it. You should do it, because these trades aren't easy, man. It takes a toll on your mind, your body, your fucking soul. It takes a lot out of a person, and sometimes you just got to ask for help, or just realize that they're, damn, like, what am I doing? So yeah, I hope that helps somebody. But like I said, I challenge you guys to be a better person. To when you're listening to this, I want you. Sorry, I gotta take a drink of this water. My mouth is drying the hell up. I challenge you to just be in a better mood. Come home, be in a good mood. Spend that quality time with your family. Like I said, if you're a man, you to walk in the door, sit your stuff down, grab your fucking wife, give her a hug, smack her on the ass, whatever it is. Give her a kiss and tell her you love her. If you're a woman, do the same thing to your husband. Give your children a kiss. Take your dog for a walk, whatever. Something. Just stay on a positive note. And I want you, if you want a position, so if you're the young guy, if you're the apprentice, since obviously you can't teach somebody else something because you're the little guy on the totem pole, I want you to try to ask questions and try to help your lead the best you can that day to try to learn and try to show that you appreciate the opportunity that you have. All right. So if you're a helper and you're helping with an install, make sure that you're not sitting around on your phone, that you're seeing what they're doing and all right, he's going to need gas fittings. All right, I'm going to go grab all this gas stuff. Hey man, just want you to know when, I know that you're almost done with that. I got all your gas stuff right here. Do you need anything else? You know what I mean? Do it without them asking you. All right. Stuff like that. Do a positive thing in somebody's life. Things like that. So I don't know. I've been sitting here talking forever, but anyway, happy Monday, man. I hope you guys all have a great week. I'm going to end this. I apologize, like I said, for not being here for 2 weeks, man. It was shit happens. That's all I'm going to say. But I love you guys, man. And I really do appreciate all of you for sticking by me all this time, man. And what really makes me feel good is when a podcast doesn't go out, people know, that's how I know that people listen, because people message me, they text message me, they email me. Hey, Gil, everything all right? You good? Just wanted to check up on you. And you guys have no idea how much that means. It really, really does mean a lot, because if a podcast didn't go out and I didn't hear anything, and then another one and another one and another one, I'll be honest, the podcast would probably fizzle away at some point. Well, I would like to hope that it wouldn't, but it might. But I know that I'm reaching people, that I'm able to impact people, and that we respect each other. So that's why I love doing this, man. I love talking to you guys. You guys are my therapy. I love talking and helping people and hearing your guys' stories when you guys email me and text me and say, I got a new job. I got a promotion. Hey, I started my own company or whatever it is, man. I fucking love hearing those stories. It really does mean the world to me. But I'm going to end this show, man. Like I always do. Like I said, I appreciate you guys, man. Keep downloading the podcast. It's on all the major podcast apps. You guys know where to find it by now. If you don't, it's pretty much everywhere but SoundCloud. For some reason, I have an issue with there. I'm not sure how to fix it, but every podcast app but SoundCloud. Sometimes you just have to search HVAC Uncensored Podcast, the full thing, for it to come up for some reason. I'm not sure why. It's also on YouTube. Don't forget that I will be at the AHR Expo in Las Vegas, January 31st to February 2nd. If you're going to be there, please let me know. I would love to hang out with you in person. It's going to be a great time. That Sunday, I will be at the HVAC Tactical second annual Tech Award Show, which is going to be amazing. It's going to be a bunch of influencers there. A lot of good people. I cannot wait to hang out there. I know it's going to be awesome and an amazing time. I'm pretty sure tickets for that are sold out, but I'm pretty sure sure if I remember, Mr. Ben Poole of HVAC Tactical said they're doing, people can buy tickets and like watch it like online, like through Zoom, so that you can see it. But I do know, I'm pretty sure they're still taking, if you have somebody to nominate for one of those awards, go do that. And I said this before, and I'm sorry, Ben, that I don't remember this. I'm not sure if it's on HVACtactical.com or if it's on Solderweld's website. But if you go to one of them, I'm pretty sure they'll have something talking about it. Or if you go to HVAC Tactical, I'm almost positive Ben will have something talking about it to tell you in the right direction. I'm sorry that I don't know the answer to that. But yeah. I love you guys, man. I appreciate each and every one of you. Remember to always be safe out there. Always make it home the same way you left, all right? We all got somebody to make it home to, and if we're going to do that challenge, we got to make it home to hug our significant other, smack them on the ass and give them a kiss and tell them how much we love them. Tell our kids how much we love them, okay? Guys, do the little things, man. Set yourself apart from the next person. Everything that I talked about in this podcast is about setting yourself apart. Finally earning the income that you are capable of earning, that you can finally do those things with your family that you deserve to do. All right. It's all at your grasp. It's whether you reach out and fucking and grab it or not. It's really that simple. I promise you, it's that simple. Reach out and fucking grab it. All right. Nobody's going to give you a fucking thing in this world. If you want something, you got to go fucking get it. Work your balls off and get it. All right. Yeah. Yep, that's about it. But yeah, I love you guys, man. I appreciate you guys. And yeah. I thought I was going to say something else. But oh, yeah, before I forget real fast, before I end this out, I do want to give a shout out to Mr. Gene Slade. If you guys have been watching, I think it just stopped. He just had this awesome event at a mansion in Florida. Guys got to go on a private jet and all this stuff. It looked fucking amazing. He gave me an opportunity to be there in that mansion, and I couldn't take it. Because of some things going on at home, I was not able to leave. Me and Gene talked on a Tuesday night. I would have had to fly on Thursday, and with that notice, I just couldn't do it. But that's definitely on me. Mr. Gene Slade gave me the fucking opportunity of a lifetime to go do something like that, and I couldn't do it. That was 100% on me. So, Gene, I want to thank you for that opportunity, man. I really, really do appreciate it. If it would have been a little more notice, I would have 100% did it. It's just with the home life, it just wasn't happening right now. But I know it would have been a blast to hang out with you guys in Florida with all those awesome people, and also hang out with you on Brittany. So I just wanted to say I thank you again, sir. Hats off to you. I appreciate it. But yep, everybody have a kick-ass fucking week. Remember the challenge. Stay positive. Change somebody's life. Teach somebody else what you know, making yourself better at the same time. All right? And until next week, I love you guys, and I'll talk with you mofos later, all right? Peace.
Thanks for listening to the HVAC Uncensored Podcast. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram, or email us anytime at hvacuncensored@gmail.com. Now, get back to work. Shut this down. The views and opinions shared on the HVAC Uncensored Podcast may not necessarily be the views and opinions of our sponsors or guests.